Through the town of Aquafina rode a stranger one fine day. He hardly spoke to folks around him, didn't have too much to say. No one dared to ask his business, no one dared to make a slip, for the stranger there amongst them had a big iron on his head. A big iron on his head. He was early in the morning when you rode into that town. He came riding from the south side, slowly looking all around. He's an outlaw, loose and running, came the whisper from each lip, and he's here to do some business with the big iron on his head. The big iron on his head. In this town there lived an outlaw by the name of Texas Red. Many men had tried to take him, and that many men were dead. He was a vicious and a killer through the youth of 24, and the notches on his pistol numbered 1 in 19 more. 1 in 19 more. Now that stranger started talking, made it plain to folks around. He was an Arizona Ranger, wouldn't be too long in town. He came here to take the outlaw back alive from baby dad, and he said indeed in matter he was after Texas Red. After Texas Red. Wasn't long before the story was related to Texas Red. But the outlaw men and worrying men had tried before were already dead. 20 men had tried to take him, 20 men had made their slip. 21 would be the ranger with the big iron on his head. The big iron on his head. The morning passed so quickly, it was time for them to meet. And it was 20 past 11 when they walked out on the street. Folks were watching from their windows, everybody held their breath, but they knew this handsome ranger was about to meet his death. About to meet his death. There were 40 feet between them when they stopped to make their play. And the swiftness of that ranger is still talked about today. Texas Red had not cleared leather for a bullet fairly ripped, and the ranger's aim was deadly with the big iron on his hip. The big iron on his hip. It was over in the moment, and the folks even gathered round. There before there lay the body of the outlaw on the ground. Oh, he might have gone off living if he made a fatal slip when he tried to match the ranger with the big iron on his hip. The big iron on his hip. When he tried to match the ranger with the big iron on his hip. The big iron on his hip.